Yeah, what's going on, good people? It's Garner Douglas, your Oyster Ninja, here a little different. Um, but what happened is I want to do something a little different. I want to, drop an episode before Thursday, which is usually when I drop my episodes, and I will. But I also wanted to, how do I say this? I wanted to just talk to you for a little bit. Um, and just let you know where I'm at right now. Um, so if you're not following me on social media, I had an opportunity to go to Canada and shuck at the British Columbia Oyster Shucking Festival or competition. And I didn't even get a chance really to reach out to the listeners because social media straight killed it. Like I was like, hey, I got this opportunity to go to Fanny Bay, um, Canada and get in the competition. I just need to get there. Somebody is giving me somewhere to stay. They're giving me transportation. I don't have to worry about food. I don't have to worry about drink. I just need to get there. So this is where I need you. Right? So I made a post and I would say 2 days. 2 days I had raised the money. Like I had a couple big um donations and I had like one huge donation. Well, let's just be straight. I had one huge donation that kind of took care of the flight. And then of course the other ones, I would use for spending money or whatever else came up. So here we are now. And I missed the flight. I had one job. I had one job. I'm smiling, but like I'm still feeling it. Like I'm in like a mood, I'm in a funk. And it's I don't know. I guess because I don't get excited much. I don't Let me get emotional. No, I'm not getting emotional, but like I don't I just don't get excited a lot. And I was really excited to get, in this competition. I was excited for a couple reasons. Like one, it was an oyster shucking competition. I haven't did a competition in a while. And they reached out to me, let me know that I just needed to get there. So that was one. Two, my followers, my listeners, well, not so much my listeners like you guys, but my followers for sure, unless you're following me on Instagram, they made it happen for me. They you guys thought enough of me to, give me some donations and pay the way. That really meant a lot to me. Like seriously, like first of all, it was a humbling situation anyway, because I don't like to ask. Like, as you know, if you've been a long time listener or a short term listener, like I've never um I've never been like, hey, join this and this is a monthly subscription, or hey, subscribe here and give whatever, like I've never asked for money. I don't believe. Of course, I've sold things, I've sold products, sold, like you can still get your Shuck Racism shirt. This is yellow. Uh no, but like, just stuff like that. Like, so, but I've never like asked for funds. So this was like real weird for me. Um, but I asked and you guys came through. I was like, oh shoot, they like me. They really like me. you know, it was like that. And it was touching. It was like really touching, like because people came through. They came through. Um, so that's another aspect of it. And then just life. Like Of course, you guys, I hope you know, like, well, let me back up a little bit. So I got off of work early, so I went and missed my flight. And then, but I chose to take public transportation. That was strike one on me. Not gonna lie. But I was like, well, Uber is gonna be like too much. That was me being cheap. Should have just used some of the extra money to get an Uber. I really should have. But either way, I mean, the issue was there was an accident on Route 66 and it just took too long to get to the airport. And by the time I got to the airport, I could have made the flight. Let's say this, I could have made the flight, but I had to throw my oyster knives away because they were done checking bags. And I was like, and of course I had my emergo knife. If you listen to the last episode, the last oyster knife you'll ever need. It's an expensive knife. I could not, there's no way I could get rid of my knife. I know some of you saying, "I just toss the knives away. You can get more." No, like my knives are just like they're not just knives. Like I've made them to be what I want them to be, and I couldn't. I couldn't like so. And I honestly did not think it was going to be that hard to get another flight out to Washington State. So like my first flight was to Washington, then I was going to Vancouver, I believe, and then I was going to Comax, I believe. I forget how you pronounce it, but that was the thing. And it was a long layover, so I was like, all right, well, I got plenty of time to get another flight, but it just didn't work. It didn't work. And so I missed the competition. I reached out to a bunch of my donors and let them know what was going on because I don't want to be that guy. Like I don't want to seem like I'm scheming or like, that's the other part of asking for things. I mean, it's just probably me, but like I kind of feel like if you get something from someone, they might want something in return. Granted, I did ask for a donation, so but still, you just never know. But I just didn't want to I didn't want people to think I was, scheming or whatever. Like, oh, I gave him my money and he didn't even go. What's up with that? So it was that aspect of it also. But here we are. Um, here we are. There are going to be other competitions. There's going to be other um opportunities for me. So that's how I'm kind of getting over this whole thing. But I also wanted to talk to you real quick, the listeners, because the podcast is growing. Thank you guys so much. First of all, for listening to all, my episodes and telling friends and all that good stuff. Appreciate you. I love it. I love it. I really do. But I'm asking now because I see how important um I relate to some people. But I want to say if you find value in me, could you? Can you? Like, would you, as my old preacher would say when I was growing up, how would he would put it like, I'm glad you found it not robbery or something to come out. But anyway, no, I don't want to say I don't want to say it like that, but I want to say if you would like to support this podcast, the opportunity is there. Here, just a couple ways. So I did start a Patreon. You can find that Oyster Ninja PC. Just Patreon Oyster Ninja PC. And I also I will put the link in the description. I'm not sure how I'll be offering other things right now. So really it's just a support thing. I am going to also start putting ads into the podcast. And I just want to take a quick second just to talk about that. I'm not putting ads in it to get rich, but like I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I'm not getting paid for it. So it's really just the love for it. And I promise you, I love this podcast. That's why I've done it. That's why I I can't say consistently. I would say consistently lately, but like I really love this podcast. I stick with it. You guys stick with me. The numbers are growing and it shows. But I just want to say, I appreciate you. But anywho, so the Patreon, Oyster Ninja PC. If you want to just cash at me like a one-time thing, it's Cash App. It's the $ Shuck Daddy, SHUCKDADDY. Venmo, same thing without the $ Shuck Daddy, SHUCKDADDY. And if you want to do Zelle, you can. I'll put some links. I'll just put a bunch of links in the description. If you want to help, if you want to support, I think I'm really trying to get just to see where this is, because like I said, I see the numbers growing. So let's see if you guys want to support this podcast. If you do, cool. If not, that's cool also. But there's another way you can support. There's another way you can support. Tell a friend about a podcast. Share it on social media. Leave a review. That's real huge. Just leave a review on whatever you listen on. So like if you listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave the stars, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Leave a review. I appreciate all of that. I promise you I do. I promise you I do. So I'm not gonna hold you up. I am gonna leave you with a clip from this upcoming weekend's episode, the upcoming week episode. Oh yeah, another way you can support is buy swag. So all the links will be in the description. Appreciate you guys, and keep listening. Follow us on social media, Oyster Ninja PC. The other one is my mobile raw bar is SS Shucking. I hope you guys are doing well. If you didn't know, you can find it on YouTube. It's so much. It's so much. Reach out to me. I love hearing from you guys. I've gotten a few emails that really like, thank you for all of that. That's all I want to say. I'm gone. I'm gone. Peace, love, shuck on.
So I often say my life has been such a wild ride that I feel like I have endless stories, like from growing up and just the stories that we grow up with, from my battle to like my challenge with fitting in and understanding humanity and what it means to be human and what it means to live in this body. And I've been in corporate, and so I understand that aspect of the world. And then I've gone out chasing my dream, and in this dream is again, the bottom nuances of what lives in corporate, and it's just this whole world. So I often just sometimes think like, I don't know which story I tell and which story I don't tell, but perhaps everything in time. But also just such an incredible opportunity to be able to share my story. As a Black woman living in the water, never having grown up around the water, it just kind of like is as a dream unto itself, actually.